Hello, hello. I'm so excited. I haven't done a podcast since 2023, and we're starting officially right now with the new season for 2024. And what a better time could there be than the month of love in February? So let's all take a breath, first of all, into a month that's devoted to love. Woo! Sometimes that can feel really good, and sometimes that can be a little overwhelming, especially if you are solo. And so I wanted to hop in here to set the tone for what is possible for you in the month of love and for all of 2024. Before I dive in, because this is a month of love, I want to give you some really hot tips on how to maximize Valentine's Day and all the feels around it. But first, I just want to just say to you, we have some awesome, awesome, awesome guests lined up for this new season. So if you haven't liked or subscribed to this show yet, you're totally going to want to do that because you don't want to miss a single episode. Oh my God, I can tell you the whole list, but right now, let me just say, top notch people with great big messages to support you on your love journey, whether it's with love for yourself or finding a partner. It's all the same. It's all about loving yourself and having an extraordinary second half of life with or without a partner. And let's be real that it's really delicious when you have someone that fits, that you can rest into that relationship with and feel that deep, high level love that I talk about, that next level love relationship where you could just be yourself and be authentic and dive deeply with this person. And so I take a stand for you having something extraordinary and to not settle for anything less. And of course, as you know, I also talk about some of the inner game things or a lot of what's going on between your ears that could potentially mess up the journey of love, mess up the relationships, blow them up, push people away, and not have the quality that you're looking for. And there's so many different stages, right? There's the right now stage if you're solo and how to have a wonderful life full of love with people around you and for yourself, whether you have that intimate partner or not. Or maybe you're dating and you need to really get aligned with what is most important to you and who you're calling in and enjoying the dating journey. And yes, you could enjoy the dating journey. I have a bunch of topics on that, and there's more coming up around how to streamline dating and to really find that quality person that you're looking for. And then how to also sustain a healthy relationship. Because at the end of the day, we know it's not just all unicorns and rainbows, right? You know, two people coming together, especially at this time of our lives, we know ourselves pretty well. And we might even be set in our ways in certain places. And how to navigate that? How do you actually go into a new relationship and find that gray area where you can negotiate and where there are non-negotiables, and how to have good communication around that? And that's one of the reasons I do this podcast, because I bring on so many different amazing experts for all of these topics so that you can pick and choose what you need for now. And right now, bum, 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 like I said, Valentine's Day is coming up. And I really think it's so important to check in with how you're setting yourself up for success, because you can have an extraordinary Valentine's Day alone and not feel lonely. Yes, you can have an extraordinary Valentine's Day filled with love, filled with connection, and you can celebrate whether you have a partner or somebody that you're dating or not. And so some of it's reframing how you're looking at it. Some of it is dropping into your reality and finding ways to work with it so that you can maximize what you have control over and to surrender what you don't. So I want to offer you some tips on how to have an extraordinary Valentine's Day. And frankly, everything I'm going to share with you, I encourage you to do on a regular basis, because as we know, Valentine's Day is a created holiday by Hallmark to sell flowers and to sell cards. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, in my opinion. I don't think holidays are necessarily a bad thing. I think sometimes it's like New Year's Eve. It's a touch point to kind of wake us up sometimes and to say, oh, how do I want my new year to be? New Year's Eve. And you get to reflect on the past year and then maybe put a stake in the ground for something you want differently moving forward in the new year. Well, I think Valentine's Day is like that as well. It's a little bit of a wake-up call. It's a little bit of a, huh, what's this about? And why am I still alone at this point in my life? And to not blame or shame yourself, not to go down the rabbit hole of what's wrong with me, or I can't find anybody, or I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. And trust me, I understand that that is a huge piece that I find with my clients bumping up against, which is trusting that there is love coming to them and that they can find a high quality partner. And when I tell you, when I work with people, they find love. Not only do they find love for themselves in a deeper way, love themselves, self-love in action, not just saying I love myself, but to truly deeply love themselves and have it actually show up in their lives with certain things that they do. It's also about calling in somebody that really could add to your life, someone you can share your life with. And so many of my clients have found that next level love. And if you're looking to find out more about that, in the show notes or in the information below, you can find a link to apply for a love breakthrough session. I open up a handful of spots every month for us to sit down on Zoom and really look at what you're desiring and what might be blocking you or getting in your way. And I will support you around that. So that's an option for you. What I just encourage you to do more than anything is to take a breath into what is possible. What is possible? We tend to look at what's not possible. We tend to look at the ouchy parts. We tend to look at the things that aren't going well, aren't going right. Online dating sucks. All this dating sucks. There's nobody good. I'm just going to stay single for the rest of my life. Nothing wrong with that. The thing is how do you want to be living? And if you do choose to not date and have an extraordinary second half of life solo, what does that even look like? And frankly, what I see so often is when you really hone in on your own alignment and you give yourself such deep, supportive love and attention, that's usually when you're shining the brightest. And that's typically when dating changes and people will see you and be attracted to you because you are full being you, radiating you. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox and talk to you about Valentine's Day, because whether it's the day of or the month of, it is a time to celebrate love. Celebrate love. And yes, we all have different definitions of what celebration looks like and what love looks like. I mean, love is love, right? However, you might be thinking, well, celebrate love. I have no one to celebrate with. Well, I beg to differ with you. So I'm going to talk to you about some things that you can do to have an amazing Valentine's Day and then some. So what I know is, as women, and for some of you guys that are watching as well, that we know ourselves pretty darn well at this point in our life. We know what makes us happy. We know what doesn't make us happy. And so one of the things I love to encourage people as they're moving toward Valentine's Day is to find some indulgence. Yes, indulge in something special to celebrate. And that can look differently to you compared to someone else, because what really fills you up might be different than someone else. So for example, a spa day. Like maybe there's a local spa that you can set up an appointment to have a luxurious facial and body work, and maybe take yourself out to some high tea or a delicious special restaurant. Now, if you know going to a restaurant on Valentine's Day might ruffle some feathers inside your heart because other people will be there with couples, you might just want to figure out the most amazing meal that you can prepare for yourself at home. or order in and give yourself an extraordinary date night and maybe some solo pleasuring. What would make it special to you? Celebrating you. Let's start with you first. Celebrating you. Maybe you order on Amazon or some other special herbal online place for some beautiful essential oil flavored bubble bath. Like, wouldn't that be amazing? So I encourage you to maybe do a nice bubble bath, and perhaps there's some special music that you want to listen to. Or maybe you're not into bubble bath and you want to listen to some awesome music. I don't know about you, but I play music on a regular basis and I dance. And not only that, I dance with myself. So what does that mean? I look in the friggin' mirror. Seriously, I dance with myself and I have so much fun. I mean, sometimes I'm in my living room and I'm just dancing to the music, and then I'll walk by the mirror and I'm like, oh yeah, right, I have a dance partner. You have a dance partner, and you can make faces to yourself. You can high five yourself in the mirror. You can really enjoy yourself, your time when you're by yourself. And music lifts you up. And so I encourage you to find a really good playlist to lift you up, that inspires you to open up your heart. It's so cool to do things like that. Or maybe you just want to play some beautiful music and dive into a new book. One thing I will say is plan it. Plan it, because if you don't plan your day and you find yourself alone on Valentine's Day and you haven't invested some time into self-care and something that's going to really fill you up, then there is a good possibility that you'll check out and just watch something on Netflix, or binge food. Binge food? No. Binge. Yeah, binge food. Binge Netflix, binge food, unconsciously, because you're not consciously choosing how you want to be. Consciously choose what you want to be and how you want to be on this day. So that's you. That's you. Another thing that I always encourage you to think about are the people in your life that you love, your beloveds that aren't necessarily intimate beloveds. It doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be your friends, dear, dear friends, or family members. And you can create an opportunity with them where you feel good about this day. And like I said, the month of love, or anytime you want to feel that deep connection. To plan that out, you could plan a nice video call with your single friends. Maybe you have a dance party. Maybe you send some beautiful messages and some fun emojis to the people you love, sending them love on Valentine's Day. I don't know about you, but I love getting cards in the mail. How often do you get something in the mail? Maybe you plan to send some really great cards to some of your dear, dear friends. Wouldn't it be amazing for them to get a Valentine's Day card from you with love? So I invite you to connect with the people that you already have in your life that are precious to you, because it's a celebration of connection and love. And it's not just about a romantic partner. So those 2 tips right there, I have another one coming, is how to indulge and take good care of yourself and do things that fill up your own cup and feel great about yourself. And then there's connecting with others. The other thing I'm going to invite you to even explore is checking in with what you're passionate about. What are some of the things that bring you joy, spark your joy? Maybe you like to go to those paint and sip places where you're painting something or creating a new mug or a new plate. I don't know about you, but those are fun. And again, you can do that with friends. Maybe it's a cooking class. Maybe you want to take a new course and you do it on Valentine's Day. Or maybe you want to take a dance class. I mean, I invite you to think about what would be something that, again, sparks you and brings you joy. Another thing I think that's important for those of you that are single and wanting to have that special partner and feeling the, kind of maybe the ouch of, oh, another Valentine's Day and I don't have someone, is to take some precious time to reflect on all that you've experienced in love in your life. What has been your personal journey around love and partnership? What have you experienced? Now, that can be a little tricky. Let's be real, because maybe you've experienced some pain and heartache and challenge, and friggin' who hasn't, right? Where have there been precious moments with people that showed up for you? Where have there been beautiful moments in your life of joy and connection? I mean, I think back and reflect back on my marriage. And yes, I can focus on all the things that didn't go well, the things that caused us to say no more. And then I could also remember some of the preciousness of getting to know him, of dancing in the rain, literally, uh, chanting in a park in Washington Square Park, and feeling my heart just burst wide open because we were sharing something together in public. And I was like, wow, this guy can just have fun and not be worried about what other people think. I mean, I reflect on that and I go, yeah, that's something that I really loved. A partner that just loved to have fun. And I remember that. And so to maybe reflect on moments in your past and then do some journaling around the partner that you want to call in, or the partner that you might have right now and how to deepen the relationship with them. Maybe it's something about travel. Maybe you want to create a vision board around what you're calling in next with partnership. And again, if it's about self-love, maybe you're creating a vision board about all the places you want to visit, or the new dance moves that you want to make. I'm really considering salsa. I'm thinking of taking a salsa class. So to take some time to reflect on what you want to bring into your life that would have you wake up and go, yes, my life is a celebration. Yes, I'm loving this day. And it's not about the aloneness, but the richness and fullness. And then setting the tone of what to come. Because you are powerful, sister and mister. You are powerful people. And at this age, we really can set the stage for what we want. Because here's the other thing I want to point out: your freedom, your independence. So if you are single, you really have choice. You have choice of how you want this day to be. You have choice if you want to go out to a restaurant or stay home. You have choice to book a trip to the Bahamas or to have a staycation. I'm actually so sick of the cold right now. And I'm already thinking like, okay, I want to go for a 24-hour, maybe a couple of days, get an Airbnb that has a fireplace and do some work at some beautiful location. Because the beauty of doing my work, I celebrate this, is I can work wherever I am. So what would be something you could celebrate with your freedom? What might that look like? So I encourage you to think about that, because you can enjoy your life on your own terms. Yes or no. You have your yes and you have your no. And so if somebody says, hey, let's do this on Valentine's Day, and your body goes, oh, I don't want to do it, find your no, your loving no, your truthful no. Be truthful with yourself and be truthful with the person that's asking you to do something if it's not going to resonate with you. Say thank you, and that doesn't feel like a fit for me right now. Maybe next time. Bottom line is, Valentine's Day, the month of love, your life, it really can be filled with love, full, rich, next level love. But it starts with acknowledging you. It starts with that deep respect for what brings you joy. And you don't have to have a partner to have an extraordinary second half of life. You don't have to have a partner to have extraordinary love in your life. You can connect with yourself and deeply love yourself and bring joy to yourself with all those tips I just gave you. Connect with others, hug others. And yes, 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 having a healthy, yummy partnership, it's delicious. And maybe it's that restaurant with that delicious meal, the doors aren't open just yet for you. Maybe it's not. Maybe the restaurant down the road is open for you, and you go in there and you learn all these wonderful ways to have love and yumminess without that meal down the block. Maybe you're missing a few ingredients right now. Maybe the restaurant you really want to walk into just has its closed sign right now because it's not ready for you yet. So, are you going to starve yourself waiting to get into that restaurant? No friggin' way. You're not going to do that. You're going to create the most delicious meals of your life, filling it up with the things you love and the people you love, and surround yourself with people that you love and love you. So pick a few things that I shared with you and make a plan, because there's that saying, fail to plan, plan to fail. Seriously, you want to wait till Valentine's Day to get a massage? The massage places might be booked. You want to get into a nice fancy restaurant and take yourself out to a fancy restaurant? It's Valentine's Day. You might need to call in advance. So think about what would bring you the most joy. And I wish you so much love on this Valentine's Day, as well as this month of love. I'll be giving you some more tips along the way and bring in some of the most amazing experts in this month of love and throughout this new season. So much, much love to you. Mwah.